Welcome back again to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So I'm streaming at a not usual time, but it's a good time to be streaming because this is right after the FOMC meeting and Bitcoin has just surged to a new high. So let's talk about what happened and let's talk about some crypto that's related to Bitcoin that can be doing well going forward. All right. Let's do it. Welcome once again. Bitcoin is still doing great. It's doing fantastic and it keeps on trending upwards and upwards and upwards. It is at 76,400 right now. And earlier today, it almost crossed $77,000. Actually, I think it did. It hit $77,000 before coming back down a little bit. And you could see, Ethereum is going up almost at 3,000 once again. Solana at 197, almost at 200. We got a lot of great movers today. And man, it's looking absolutely great. The US market also closed. And this man right here, we got to talk about this guy right here and what he just said. He said a couple interesting things. What is that? Number one, he did cut the Fed fund rate by 25 basis points. No surprise. And the second thing he said was Trump cannot fire him. A reporter asked him, can Trump legally fire him? And Powell said no. Trump cannot fire him, and if Trump asked him to step down, he said no. If Donald J. Trump asked Fed Chair Powell to step down, he's like, no, I would not step down. He believes he is doing a good job, and he will stay there until the job is done, or whenever his term is done, I guess. I don't know when that is. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know when that is. So that's kind of interesting. Hold on. Anyways, so kind of interesting, right? That, well, I mean, he didn't want to answer. It's because he was just asked that. So, it's like, you have to answer it. I don't think Trump said that he was going to fire Fed Chair Powell. I think he did say before that he would keep him on. He thought he was, it was going to be a good, he thought he was doing a good job. I remember he said that before, so I don't know. Anyways, people answer 2026. But anyways, so that was good. And also, if you're looking at the next FOMC meeting, which is about a month from now, there's a 75% chance there will be another rate cut. So again, that's in line with expectation. So that's going to be a full basis point, for this year. Like I said, this is going to stop the slowness of the economy. This is what's going to drive the economy forward. Recently, if you notice, car sales, manufacturing sales, consumer sentiment, retail, all the retail data has been slowing down. People are not spending as much. This will certainly drive things forward, especially with the markets improving. This is going to start injecting liquidity into the US market and around the world. This is definitely going to drive things forward once again. At least it'll stop the bleeding right? So along with everything else, this is absolutely fantastic. That's why everything is doing well right now, right? And that is why Bitcoin can go parabolic, especially if we close the week above 71.5, considering we are sitting at 76.3. I'd say we have a pretty good chance closing above 71.5. We would have to fall drastically down, all the way down here, to not close above 71.5. So it's looking pretty darn good right now. I would say, yeah, it's looking good. It's looking pretty darn good. And we just got so many things, guys. So many things. Here's a chart. I'll remove my camera here. That's showing stablecoin inflow. Okay, I showed it this morning. Here's another look. You could see that stablecoin inflow is crazy. It just jumped up very right-hand side on the bottom there. And usually when you see crazy stablecoin inflow, that usually means there's a whole lot of people looking to buy. Even though the last time we had a crazy inflow, that was toward the bottom, so that makes a whole lot of sense. And we're seeing a lot of it now, right? It does correlate with some buying. For example, here's a random person. No one knows who this person is. It's a new address out of nowhere that just decided to purchase $51 million worth of Bitcoin. It's one transaction on this wallet, $51 million worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so out of nowhere, right? So you just see random purchases out of the blue, right? And you just see that all the time. And a lot of it is from the influx of stablecoins and Tether, and new Tethers being printed or minted every single day. You got a whole bunch of whales, obviously the ETFs and all this stuff. And if Bitcoin becomes a strategic reserve and other countries start getting involved, it's going to get crazier. But like right now, you're just seeing random whales left and right that's coming in. And of course, we are in Moonvember right now. October wasn't bad. A lot of people got depressed about Pumptober or October and said, hey, we didn't go up that much. We still had double-digit green. It was like 11%. But Moonvember, let's see where it heads. So far, so good. We're starting out the month pretty well. But it could be absolutely fantastic. We haven't seen a tremendous pump yet. We're seeing more so with the alts right now, right? But Bitcoin could be on a path to 80, 85, 90,000 this month. And if so, the alts could really, really run this month. But if you're looking at prior years, prior cycles, this is where it really gets exciting. After the elections is when you really take off, and it leads, Jeff, thank you, it really leads into the Santa rally this month. Next month is really when it gets exciting, right? So there's really not much else to say about that. This is also exciting. Last time Donald Trump was elected, Bitcoin was $680. It went up 1,900% through the end of the following year. If Bitcoin goes up 1,900%, it will go up to $1.4 million. Probably not going to happen this time, but one could hope, especially if other countries start putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet as a strategic reserve. But first things first, this bullish pennant or this giant cup and handle is going to carry us to 158,000? Probably, but when? When is that going to happen? Is it going to be by the end of this year? Probably a little too soon. Sometime early next year, I would say so. I still think if we could hit, the way we're going, we hit 77,000 earlier today, right? So, I mean, honestly, if we hit 77,000, which we did, by the end of this weekend, I mean, we could certainly be at 80,000 by the end of this weekend, the way we're going, right? And we hit 88,000 by the end of this weekend. Is it unreasonable to think that we can hit 85,000 by, you know, by the end of this month, let's just say? Maybe we retrace. Maybe we just don't go up forever. You know, maybe we retrace down a little bit and we start, you know, doing this and this and this. If we could hit 85,000 by the end of this month, we got one more month, 85,000 to 100,000 by the end of December. I think that could be possible. Or maybe we go from 85 to 90,000. Yeah, I mean, 100,000, that magical point up here by the end of this year. That would be amazing. That would be a great, great stocking stuffer gift. And then after that, 158,000 doesn't seem very, very far off, right? This is when it gets exciting, guys. It's going to get real exciting real fast. Real fast. All right. So outside of Bitcoin, let's talk about some alts that are indirectly related to Bitcoin, but is related to Bitcoin, so to speak, right? Now that Bitcoin got a lot of excitement back, a lot of renewed enthusiasm from the retail investors, let's say, right? Like even Ethereum is moving right now. Ethereum has been dead for so long, and now it's moving. Solana's moving, a lot of others. What about some of these that are kind of related to Bitcoin in a way? Let's start with the big one that actually has not been moving that much, but is really, really connected to Bitcoin, and that's Stacks. The Nakamoto upgrade, right? Which is, well, first of all, what is Stacks? Stacks is a layer 2 for Bitcoin that allows programmable dApps to be programmed. I mean, basically dApps to reside on Bitcoin. Okay. So like DeFi and DPIN and all these stuff, even like memes and all these other crazy things, you know, to exist, you need something like Stacks. Not just Stacks, there's other things. But beforehand, you know, Stacks kind of slow. But now with this new upgrade, it's much faster, more robust, and so forth. But that's what this whole upgrade is about, right? And they have just gone through it. But, you know, it's been a little surprising that Stacks used to move quite in tandem with Bitcoin. In fact, it moved a little bit quicker, but in both ways, up and down. But recently, it's kind of slowed down, right? But maybe after this upgrade, after, you know, this renewed interest, maybe it's going to start moving again. Okay. It's actually significantly faster than before. Before, it was quite slow, but now it's much, much faster. And they are working on a synthetic Bitcoin as well. Okay. So the Nakamoto upgrade is live. And also, they have over 1 million people engaged on their social media after the upgrade went live. Okay, that's kind of interesting. But right now, they have about 100 million TVL residing on the network across all of their dApps. Okay, kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. But a lot of you guys have heard of Stacks. It's quite interesting. They're leading the way in terms of like, you know, like programmable dApps on top of Bitcoin. But they're not the only one. They're not the only one. There is another project, smaller, not a whole lot of people talk about them, but they're kind of in the same thing, in the same realm, and that's Core. And they actually have a lot more value locked, 638 million, and they are actually climbing up really, really, really fast. They're kind of in the same realm, but kind of not. They're more focused on DeFi. They're not a layer 2 like Stacks. They're a L1. They're EVM based, but they integrate Bitcoin security within their L1. And they really focus on DeFi because they're all about like staking. They allow you to do dual staking, which is kind of interesting, where you can stake their core token, but you could also stake Bitcoin and get rewarded in Bitcoin. So they're all about that. And they also recently, like Stacks, that they just went through their Nakamoto upgrade. Core also did their Fusion upgrade. And really just, you know, they're all about their dual staking. They implemented this BTC and Core dual staking. They also came out with a synthetic version to LCD BTC. Yeah, they came out with that, and among other things. So it's kind of interesting. Again, they have this dual staking thing where you can say like stake a certain amount of Core and Bitcoin, right? And you have these tiers, and then it gives you like more yield or something like that. But again, it's a really innovative way of doing things with them. And when you stake Bitcoin, because you can't really stake Bitcoin because Bitcoin is mining, but you're not really staking, you're just keeping your wallet and you're just time locking it. So it's not like traditional staking where you're actually putting it somewhere, you're just still leaving it in your wallet. So they have a really innovative way of doing it. But anyways, it's another project that's related to Bitcoin, but a whole other project that's just by themselves, right? Yeah, so that's Core. Very similar to Stacks, yet it's different. Now, outside of these two, there's something else that I know a lot of you guys know of, but make fun of it, but it's also related to Bitcoin now, and that's Cardano. And they have something very similar to these two. Now, because they have partnered up with a project called Bitcoin OS, they're kind of doing the same thing. Now, they're using ZK technology, and they're integrating, and they're bringing the Bitcoin liquidity on top of Cardano. 1.3 trillion liquidity. They're going to bring the entire Bitcoin liquidity onto Cardano and crash it. No, I'm just kidding. But, you know, with this, basically, Cardano dApps can utilize this bridge and utilize Bitcoin natively on Cardano. That's what this is about, right? A lot of people have asked me about this, you know, Bitcoin OS and bringing Bitcoin on top of Cardano as liquidity. It's great, but you need to have dApps and DeFi to be programmed so that, you know, that this could be used and actually create something that people will want to use, right? Yeah, so that's that. So it could be something that could be great, but until then, you know, I don't know. Are there going to be like LPs created so that there can be, let's say, rewards? You know, maybe something like that. Who knows, right? But this is something that was announced like last month, and I guess we just have to wait and see like what kind of, you know, what dApps or what DEXs or what wallets will actually support this, and what kind of cool, innovative stuff that can be done with it, right? All right, outside of Cardano, what else is there? Solana's doing something with it. In fact, it's not just Solana, Coinbase has launched a synthetic version of Bitcoin, CB BTC on Solana. That's interesting. It's not like Solana launched it. Coinbase launched a synthetic version of Bitcoin on Solana. That's interesting. That's interesting. So, of course, this is kind of like the same thing, but now within Solana's ecosystem, you have this new liquid synthetic Bitcoin that DeFi products, DeFi dApps can use, or Radium or whatever liquidity providers could use within Solana. That's pretty cool too. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So we got Stacks, Core, Cardano, Solana, and what else is there? Oh, okay. I guess that's it. Pump.fun continues to pump, and a lot of these tokens that are coming out of it are still pumping. Okay. Uniswap and Jupiter, yep, they're still doing well. Now, I covered this morning. Now that a lot of people think that Gary Gensler is going to be fired soon, a lot of the DeFi products are going up. The ones that are being sued or the ones that were sent a Wells notice, they're probably going to go up because everyone thinks that Gary's going to be fired. That makes a whole lot of sense. And then I saw this. VeChain. A lot of people still ask about VeChain. Kraken is going to list VeChain futures. That's it. That's it. All right. That's pretty much it. Overall, today is a great day and continues to be even better with every single hour. All right, got to do a quick Q&A and then I got to get out of here. All right. Even though it's not my usual time, still a good amount of people in here. Let's see. Let's see if I missed anything. A lot of Cardano hate in here. Not sure why. A lot of people really hate Cardano. Phantom is finally going up. That's a pretty good chart right there. Good looking chart. I haven't charted Phantom. Oh, I have. Yeah, Phantom needs to break out of that. Yeah, Phantom, if it breaks 80 cents, that would be super nice. Yeah, 80 cents. Then it's on its way. Kind of like Ethereum. Ethereum broke out of this. Pretty bullish, but they are still a long ways to go to challenge where they were, you know, back in August, June, March. They're still so far off. But it's a good start. 2,900, 3,000. It's a pretty good start. GT, I'm not streaming tonight. That's why I'm streaming right now. Will Ethereum make the biggest comeback? No, I don't believe so. Jeep Wrangler Rubicon or Ford Bronco. I really love the Bronco Raptor. Dealerships are like discounting them by up to like $15,000 now. They're still quite pricey. Rubicons are awesome, but I love the 392 Rubicons. They're also pricey. Broncos overall are better cars. They're bigger, more comfortable, but I love V8s. 392s are really awesome. So it's a really hard choice between a Wrangler 392 or a Bronco Raptor. I really wish a Bronco Raptor came with a V8. Then it would be like, be perfect. Bronco Raptor comes standard with 37s. You know, with the Rubicon, you still have to like, you know, if you want to go bigger with 37s, you probably have to lift it. It's a really hard choice. It's a really hard choice. I still go with the Ford Bronco, I think. What BTC price is the next blue label level? Probably 80K. 80K. That's a good one. Slipknot or Green Day? I actually like both. I don't know. I like both. I really like Red Hot Chili Peppers too. Have you seen that new game Off the Grid? Yes. I haven't played it, but it looks great. A lot of people do enjoy it. By the way, I drove the new Land Cruiser. It's pretty nice. I got some good feedback on it. That's gonna be the CryptosRUs car for this week, in case you guys are wondering. The new Land Cruiser. Lincoln Park, I like Lincoln Park too. I'm getting a Tesla Plaid. Which one, the S or X? I'll sell you my X Plaid. I'll take Bitcoin. Next, sell the news event, Trump inauguration. I don't know why that would be sell the news. I don't know why that would be. Creepy sheepy, why are we dumping George? I feel like I should just ban you permanently for asking that question. I really do. I hope you're trolling, because if you're not, you deserve a permanent ban for asking that question. I have not been to London before. Is London a good Okay, good. Good, creepy. Because that question actually really pissed me off just now. It really did. No, I haven't been to London before. I hear London is really overrated, especially with food. I don't know. A lot of people have said London food sucks. You tell me if it's true or not. Christmas tree, Christmas lights. No, I don't know. Yes, no, kind of. Not the traditional Christmas lights, no. Food is terrible, very expensive. That's true. Any of you guys, in Dubai? The U.S. has one of the worst foods in the world. That's not true. That's not true. The U.S. has the best food, and here's why. Because all the foods of the world is in the U.S. That's why. U.S. doesn't really have its own food besides what? Burgers and pizza and fast food, I guess. What's a native American food? What's a yeah? What's a native American food? I don't even know. Brisket? Hot dogs, yeah. Hot dogs, I guess. Fried chicken? Fried chicken? Yeah, fried chicken's good. Yeah, I don't think brisket is. Yeah, brisket is probably not American. Philly cheesesteak, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I would say Philly cheesesteak. Burgers American or German? That's probably German, right? Um, McDonald's. I mean, yeah, but McDonald's ultimately is burgers, so that has to be German, right? Barbecue. What's considered a barbecue? Just ribs. You can't put burgers in there. Steak. Did Americans really invent steak though? Burgers and hot dogs, I guess. Yeah, just say burgers and hot dogs. Barbecue sauce. You know what's sad? Um, when I was growing up, right? I love I think a lot of you guys know when I was growing up, Sundays, like I would enjoy going to like Old Country Buffet because that's the place to go. And there would be like lines out the door. That's where you go for like good old American food buffet. And then it's like they all died, right? Like there's like really no American buffets anymore. Maybe like Golden Corral now, but they're like it's really not that good. There's no like good. I don't know why. I have this really good idea, and I don't know why they don't do it. Why not have a buffet of just burgers and hot dogs and pizza? You know, that would be great. Just have a place to have burgers and hot dogs and pizza. That would work. Just have really good, just good old American food, and then just have the games on. It's like a sports bar kind of like feel, right? Wouldn't that work? I think that's great. I think that would be a really good chain. Yeah, it's all you could eat. It's a buffet. It's a buffet. You have someone just grilling constant burgers and hot dogs, and then you could just take it as much as you want. And then someone just like, you know, putting out pizza, and it's just a buffet. It's like, you know, I don't know, like a $9.99 or $14.99 buffet. Yeah, you could have, you know, and then beer would not be free. Yeah, you would charge for beer. It would do so well, especially during, you know, Sundays, you know, while the game's on or something. Man, that would make so much money. All right, guys, I gotta go. It's been fun. Today is an awesome day. Enjoy your gains, and I will see you guys. I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow. I'll try to put out a video if I can, and I'll put out a crypto cruise. I don't know if I could do a Sunday walk. Yeah. Okay. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. And go have a good dinner. Go have some ribs and burgers and hot dogs and barbecue. Have a good one, guys. Take care.